Okay, this is going to introduce you to the idea of the journal and the history that's maintained by sites. And let's start by going into that SRA cards thing. And I want you to notice how it takes a little while for this to load, this SRA cards thing. And the reason why is that this image is embedded as JSON data. It's embedded right, if we open and see what the source code of this page is, it's embedded as this long string of data. And when we look up top here, we see that there's a piece of this source code called the story, and that's the stuff that's on the page, right? That's the page as it exists. Down here, down at the very bottom, you'll see that there's also something called the journal. And the journal is a record of every single action. And so the neat part of that is that the entire history of the page travels around with the page. But we did something a little stupid here, right? We pulled the image in and then we edited it. And that actually ended up creating two of these big long strings. So we want to fix that, right? We don't want to have these two actions on the image in the journal because that just takes up too many megabytes. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that is we're going to take this image, we're going to just put it somewhere for the moment. So we're going to make this page called Scratch, which is just a term that we've tended to use in Federated Wiki. And we'll just create the page the way we create any other page. And then we're going to just drag this over here, and it seems to want to fall in that journal instead of where we want to drop it. So let's just open factory and we'll throw it above it. So now we have that over here, and what we're going to look for is we're going to look for to roll this page back before we added the image. And let's see, okay, the image is there, not there. Okay, so this is a snapshot of the page before we added that image. Now we're going to hit this fork button, and that's going to make this previous version of the page the current version of the page. That's going to revert the history. Think carefully before you press the button, though, because there's not really a way to undo that. When you revert history, history is reverted. Time is actually turned back permanently. So we notice a couple differences here, right? We notice that for instance, the Wikipedia link is missing. So let's grab that and pull it over to this page. And we're also going to link up this Siegfried page, since that's what we had. And now I'll show you something. This is a little different. If we click the Scratch button now, it would actually just replace the page that we just tried to do. But we're going to hit Shift, and then we're going to click it. And it's going to open up a page at the end of this row of pages. We call this row of pages the lineup, by the way. And so now we can grab this image and we can drag it into our page. And when we drop it in our page, because we're not editing the caption on the page, it's not going to have all that memory-intensive history attached to it.